How do you know you can trust God? What are you going to say? What evidence in your life can you pin to, point to, show them, walk them through? How do you know God's faithful? How do you know you can believe him? How do you know he's a big God? You ever took a big step? You ever took a little step? What evidence in your life echoes the support of that answer? That's what God is asking today. The answer is the experience that you have based on who God is in his word. I hear God, I obey God. I hear God, I obey God. I hear God, I step with God. That's how I know I can believe in God. That's how I know God can be trusted. That's how I know he's faithful. That's how you know. Because I obey, and out of that obedience brings me experience. Based on that obedience, I now have experience in knowing who God is. Not just about God, but who he is. And I know he's faithful because of this. I know he can be trusted because of this. I know I can believe him. I know I hear him. I know his voice over my voice. I know his voice over all the other chatter. How? Because when he says my name, I obey. And God did that. And God did that. And God did that. And God did that. And God's still doing that. That's the evidence. That's the evidence. When Moses encountered God at the burning bush, Moses still had much to learn about God. Much to learn. Moses had much more to learn through experience. And watch this. Moses still had many questions. He still did. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you still have questions. Even stepping in faith, even walking in faith, you still have questions. It's okay. It's natural. The greats of our faith. You go to Hebrews 11, the hall of faith, and every one of them had much to learn about God as they walked with him, and many questions they asked along the way. Questioning God, walking in faith is not bad. Not walking in faith because you question God, bad. Bad. I want you to go to Exodus real quick. Real quick. I want you to see God's answer to all our questions, including the greats of the Bible, and including all of us, and including every little precious angel created by God in that nursery right now, who will grow up one day, walk by faith, and have questions to God. Here's the answer from our God. Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. He said, I am. I am. God's promise is, I will be everything you need. Not everything you want. See, we don't even know what a need really is in this country, because we react so fast to the wants in our lives that the needs never get to arrive. God didn't say you're going to get everything you want. He said you're going to get everything you need. Everything you need. And I will fill in every blank as you keep in step with me. I'll be everything you need. Everything. And I'll fill in every blank as you keep in step with me. That's what he says. And he echoes it again. later. Remember, in Ephesians, he says, keep in step with me. God's promise, Exodus 3:14, I am who I am. I'll be everything you need. I'll fill in every blank as you keep in step with me.